When code doesn't work as expected, one technique software engineers use is to explain it, often to a rubber duck. The idea? By walking through the code out loud, they realize what it should do and what it's actually doing. But is explaining a good way to understand anything better? A new study suggests yes, but we don't always choose to explain. The researchers had participants learn about the GPS by watching a video. Then they asked how knowledgeable people felt and which follow-up activity they would prefer. 3 involved explaining how GPS works. 3 were passive learning activities like rewatching the video or making notes. And 3 were unrelated, like writing about their favorite TV show. Even though people were more interested in the learning activities than the non-learning ones, they still preferred passive strategies over active ones. But those who did explain showed higher objective knowledge later on. But maybe people who don't know the material know that explaining is ineffective for them, so they are right to avoid it. Well, not quite. In another study, participants chose whether to write about GPS or about their favorite holiday. Regardless of their choice, they were randomly assigned to one or the other. Even those who didn't want to write about GPS still benefited from explaining. Explaining the material, even when you don't feel confident, helps you learn. So can we make people more knowledgeable to nudge them towards explaining? Yes, in another study, the researchers asked participants either easy or hard questions about GPS. Those who answered the easy questions felt more knowledgeable. And guess what? They were more likely to choose to explain the material. They also believed that explaining the material would help them understand better. And this belief predicted whether they actually chose to explain. Still skeptical? In another study, the participants read one of 2 short texts. One said explaining we are writing is effective for learning, and the other said it's fun. Compared to people who read nothing, those who read the effective message were twice as more likely to choose to explain. And even the fun group explained more. And finally, in a real classroom, students randomly assigned to explain glycolysis in writing scored higher on a quiz than those who reviewed their notes. So, want to learn better? Don't just watch. Explain. Maybe even to a duck. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.